I have some exciting news for you today, that being that at long last my Terraria mod is almost ready to be made public. Granted, it's still going to be a little while because there are a bunch of technical issues that I need to tackle, but all the main features that I want there to be in the first version of the mod are finished. That being 6 unique bosses, an assortment of new items and weapons, and reworks for all the pre-hard mode unmodded bosses. There were a few other things I had planned, like a boss for the Caverns biome, but seeing as I've already done so much, I've decided to let those wait until later. Anyway, in this video I'll be showing you the weapons that I made for the Sunplate Voyager and the Ecto Guardian, but first, if you haven't heard, 100% of my viewers are subscribed, so if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, then you don't exist. Starting off with the Sunplate Voyager, we have the Collapsing Star, a spell tome that summons yellow stars that shrink and explode, shooting lasers in all directions. Each individual laser doesn't do a lot of damage by itself, but if you can manage to get a bunch of the lasers to hit the same enemy, you can do some crazy amounts of damage. Next we have the Cannonball and Chain. It's a mace that creates an explosion of burning debris whenever it hits an enemy, making it ideal for crowd control but pretty good against single targets also. And finally, my personal favorite, the Captain's Staff, which summons flying cultist archers to fight for you. The archers will fire arrows that stick to enemies and deal ticking damage that increases with each arrow that's stuck in them. They make for decent crowd control, but their damage against single targets is completely unrivaled. Moving on to the Ecto Guardian, we have the Crypt Gun. It's a lot like the Mini Shark, only it turns normal bullets into spectral bullets which pass through walls and pierce through enemies. Next there's the Desolate Whirlpool, a spell tome that fires these spinning whirlpool projectiles that, you guessed it, go through tiles and pierce through enemies. It fires slowly and costs a lot of mana, but the size and DPS of the whirlpools more than makes up for it. Last but not least, the Dungeon Lord's Staff, a summon weapon that summons ecto-maces to fight for you. These ecto-maces do more damage than any other summon in pre-hard mode, but they're balanced by the fact that they function more like sentries. Each ecto-mace will spin perpetually around the spot that you placed it, forcing you to place them strategically to get good value out of them. And of course, if you don't like where they are, you can always right-click on the buff icon to get rid of them. And that will be all for today's video. As said before, the mod is very close to being ready to be published. However long it takes, you can expect the next video to be a release trailer for the mod with a link to the download included, so stay tuned for that. To make sure you don't miss it and to show you support me, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, goodbye.